Kamala, there's something different in your genes, like a mutation.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody, calm down. No.
Hey everyone, Jedi Mike 7 here, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm gonna be talking about the finale of Miss Marvel. Guys, it's happening. It's happening. That's right. We've gotten our first introduction of mutants in the MCU, and we have now got the revelation that Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, is a mutant. Now I knew that we were gonna try to do some changes with this. Uh, Changes with this with her character, obviously with her power set and everything, but I did not know at what extent she was gonna um they were going to change her powers and everything like that, and make her inhuman or make her a mutant. Because we know in Multiverse of Madness we have both seen Professor Xavier and also Black Bolt, who's the leader of the Inhumans. But I know a lot of people are not going to have some gripes with this, whether they agree or disagree with this. Her making her a mutant, whatever. Me personally, I think it's a nice introduction to this, to her character, and also other characters connect to the X-Men within the Marvel family, like such as Captain Marvel, which we'll get into in the rest of this video. But this is going to just be my season review of the overall show of Miss Marvel. One, I gotta say, this has just been a fantastic show. Mom Vellani, she embodies this role as Kamala Khan. I gotta say that I was really surprised in terms of what she was able to do fully with the role that she was given, especially not her being an upcoming actress and everything. I thought that she did a very fantastic job. One thing that I thought this show did is one thing I feel Marvel has been lacking recently in their films and even in their shows, that they lack a certain type of identity. Right, this show has identity, but more importantly, not just identity, but personality. Like when you watch the first episode, you got sense of into the Spider Verse, just in terms of how the environment was interacting with um how the show is moving forward, and you saw some animations down the walls and everything like that. And this show has some personality in terms of the way it was shot, the way the story was moving. And one thing, the best parts of the show was not even the fact of, oh yeah, you had Captain Marvel or showing up at the end, or the mentioning of mutants or anything. It was the fact that you had a show that's focusing centered around family. You had a show that was focusing on a coming age story of a new hero within the Marvel universe. And for her being a fan favorite, I just very disappointed just to how this show getting perceived. If you guys check the numbers, this is the lowest debut for a Marvel show on Disney Plus. But yet, but surprisingly, it's one of the best Marvel shows on Disney Plus. And I thought that, to me, that disappointed how Marvel handled this show being premiering at the worst time, and I mean the worst time possible, right under the highly anticipated show of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and also a fan favorite show from Prime Video, The Boys, and as well as under one of the most record-breaking shows on Netflix that came out recently, which is Stranger Things season 4. So one thing I think that overall this show, it was kind of suffering, and just the same format that all the other Disney Plus shows were suffering, which is not letting these characters and these storylines to really to fully develop. And really what happens is they put up storylines and end up in the finale. They got to rush just to conclude everything, right? And basically that's what you got for the last episode of this season. Still think it was still a good finale, but again, it's still the same formula. Like, okay, now you see more action, now you see more pacing start to pick up and everything, because now we're ending the show. Um, but one thing that also, not only that we had the reference of mutation, we also got a surprise cameo of Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel. This is one scene at the very end of the show that, Kamala was looking at her bangle, and all of a sudden, she gets transported up, into her closet. And who comes out? Not Kamala Khan, but Carol Danvers. Now, what does this mean in terms of where Kamala Khan is? I think she's probably in space or somewhere in the cosmos, and then she basically switched places. I know some people. I read some comments, some theories online. People thought that she shapeshift. Now that is the ability that Kamala Khan, the character, has, but because her abilities are now changed for the MCU, for the show, then we don't know if that she still had that ability. I think she does, well, eventually later, but I don't think that that when Captain Marvel came out, that was Kamala Khan. That was Carol Danvers. She looking around the room like, oh my god, where I'm at. I'm in a super fans room, and she's like, "Oh my god, where am I?" And I gotta go. And I think that's where she's at. And again, we know that Miss Marvel, we'll see her, Kamala Khan, we'll see her again in upcoming film, The Marvels, by Marvel Studios, which will be coming out later, and later next year, 2023, with Carol Danvers, and also returning from WandaVision, Tiana Paris, who plays Photon. I thought this show, again, one thing that did have personality, but one thing, the best things they had was dynamics with family representation of, her being a Muslim Pakistani, character, and letting you can see some of her Muslim faith being presented in this show, but very in a very organic way. It wasn't being shoved down your throat, everything like that. It was organic, and that's why I think this show succeed amongst others. Disney Plus shows from that Marvel presented, this year and this past year, is that they really have not let their show, like, these characters fully develop. And instead, what they do is just keep pushing out all these new characters and trying to find something to stick. And even then, with the hint of mutants, her being a mutant, mutation with the classic X-Men 90s theme song. And this is twice we got the X-Men 90s theme song being referenced. We got a first reference in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, when Professor Xavier, when he entered in the room of the Illuminati. So I'm hoping that, as for me being a fan of movie scores, that the new Marvel or MCU X-Men theme song is actually based off the old 90s theme song. I hope they did that. Did the same thing for Spider-Man, so I hope they do that for this property. But one thing, again, it showed that not was the fact that it gave references what I wanted. It actually had a direction of where it's heading. To me, now it made me a fan of not only Miss Marvel, but also of Aman Vellani. Again, this is one show that make me actually care about this character moving forward. Unfortunately, I didn't feel that for certain other series that have been presented by Marvel, but this show did it. It's that I think is a winner in my eyes, and it's just so unfortunate. I just wish that people would have more outlook on this show, and I think they will. Hopefully, if they see a trailer for maybe Marvels or something like that, it's like, oh, who's Miss Marvel? Who's Kamala Khan? Oh, I got a whole series, 6 episode arc on Disney Plus, and I go watch that. But yeah, I thought this is a great new addition to the MCU. Now, I'm also be hoping to see her interact with other Marvel characters, such as, not only just Captain Marvel, but Spider-Man, um, um, Nova, which we know that they'll be getting a property of Nova, whether it be a series or a movie that can be announced by Marvel Studios. We will soon find out. But I just thought this show really had personality. It had some depth, very emotional scenes there. But again, it did suffer with that 6 episode arc that the other shows have faced. So I don't know if the solution is making it a movie or having a lesser or even more episode format of storytelling. That's because that's what WandaVision, they had 9 episodes, and I feel they kind of suffered the same thing with that. If it just had one more episode, maybe it'd been more fulfilling. But again, I thought this show was done very, very well, and I just cannot wait. I'm so proud for this upcoming actress of Vellani coming to the MCU. And again, being a character representation, I can tell you that some people might be frustrated on, oh, Marvel wokeness and everything like that. This show did not do that for me. This show, everything didn't feel forced. It felt organic, and it also felt relatable. You feel like this person, Kamala Khan, exists in your world. It almost felt like she's a person I went to high school with, and she's a very likable person. But yet she's the way they interact with things, with characters such as her being a teenager, but even how they display, her being awkward, socially awkward, compared to how they display being socially awkward in Thor: Love and Thunder when it comes to Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth and their interaction with each other, and just like that felt cringeworthy, but this felt relatable. And even when some of the humor beats that they did in this show felt organic, and I just don't see how you can not see this actress who plays Kamala Khan and not smile. And to me, for someone who was not very excited for this show coming out, who kind of also fell out for maybe one episode or two, and then when I got back around episode 4, and then I got to 5 and then 6, and I'm so glad I was able to watch episode 6, and what they did with this entire season and with that ending. It gave me one of the most satisfying end credit scenes for Marvel I've had in a very long time. And this was very needed, especially coming off of Thor: Love and Thunder. But you know what's not important how I think, it's important what you guys think. Go down in the comment section down below and let me know, guys, your thoughts on the whole season of Miss Marvel. Did you like it? Did you not? Was this show for you? Are you looking forward to Miss Marvel? Please let me know. Also, become a subscriber to Jedi Mike 7 on YouTube and hit the notification bell for upcoming content. Will be coming out very, very soon. All right, till next time, I'm Jedi Mike 7. Peace. We are out.